It's question time. Dear Claire, just wanted to say how much I love your videos, but as a size 18, I wonder if you could give some tips on how to hide a tum. That is a brilliant question, and it gives me an opportunity to just reiterate that with all of these videos that I put together, I am determined to make sure that the advice I offer is suited to any shape, age and size. Now, even though this lady's a size 18, it doesn't matter whether you're a size 8 or an 18. This area is probably the biggest area that we're all so self-conscious about, because it doesn't matter what size we are, there is some point that we feel really bloated, whether it's because we've eaten a big meal or we're premenstrual, whatever the case. We all have to agree that there are times when we just want to hide it. But let me remind you, hiding it under baggy clothes is certainly not the way to go. So in this video, I've not got one, not two, not even three. I've got 7 tips to give you on how to hide a tum. Yes, there is going to be a lot of changing in this video. So let's start with tip number 1. What is the easiest way to hide a tummy? Structured shoulders. Why? Because it helps to create an extra bit of width across the shoulders here in order to create a sort of exaggerated V shape that helps to minimize the tummy area. So in terms of structured shoulders, you can go quite simply for jackets that have got little puffy sleeves, blazers are always great, or indeed you can go for blouses, shirts or dresses that have all got that puffed shoulder detail. You've probably already got loads of items in the wardrobe already with this detail, so whenever you're feeling self-conscious about your middle area, stick one of those items on and it immediately lifts the eye line up to the top half of your body. Okay, so tip number 2. Now, it's actually print is so great for helping to disguise a tummy, but not just any print. The print must be vertical. So in other words, it needs to run up and down the body in order to help streamline the torso and disguise that tummy. Now, just like this picture of Drew here, you can go for quite a busy print. You've just got to look for those prints that run up and down the body. It's so important, because trust me, you do that and you will hide a tummy. Most people think print is too busy and will actually highlight, but actually it does the complete opposite. Okay, so tip number 3, wear voluminous sleeves. The optical illusion that gets created with these sort of bigger sleeves is one of a smaller waist, which in turn hides the tummy. Now, the only tip I need to tell you about is, if you're going for things that have got voluminous sleeves, is to make sure that you choose fabrics that have got fluidity to them. Those sort of bulky, heavier style fabrics can end up making you look slightly bigger. So these fluid fabrics lend themselves to that silhouette that we're trying to create. Now, if you're clever, you can double up and you can go for something that's got structure as well as the volume. So look for shirts, blouses and dresses that have got that detail. Okay, so tip number 4 is all about ruching. Now let's take this picture of Christina Hendricks here, that gorgeous voluptuous shape that she is. Ruching is such a clever way, when it's positioned around the waist, to highlight that part of your body, and the way the fabric gathers around the waist then means that that's the focal point and your tummy is disguised. So tip number 5 is about belts. Now I need to start by telling you what not to wear. If you wear skinny belts when you feel self-conscious about your tummy, and this is particularly true if you're on the bigger side. Do not wear skinny belts because they are quite literally as if you are drawing a line around your tummy and making that area appear even wider and even more prominent. So ditch these immediately if you're wearing them, and instead I want you to go for wider belts. Now this is a particularly wide belt. It doesn't quite have to be quite as wide as this one, but it's the buckle that I want you to really take note of here, because rounded buckles are far more flattering and actually help disguise a tummy over and above a square buckle. Why? Because this round detail works with the shape of your curves and literally disguises the tummy underneath. It just creates a smoother shape when somebody's looking at you from the front. It's a really clever one, a very, very subtle optical illusion, but it works every time. Okay, so tip number 6 is actually for the trend of tailored long waistcoats. I love it when a trend rolls around that's so flattering for the figure. So these are brilliant because, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, they've got that structure over the shoulders just like a blazer or a jacket offers to help lift the eye line. But then you've got this long excess piece of fabric that hides the belly but also streamlines the torso. Now, just like the one I'm wearing in this picture, you're looking for ones that have got the belt around the waist, because that really does help to create that extra bit of structure and that focal point right on the center of the body to really help disguise the tum. Okay, so my 7th and final tip to give you is really just to serve as a reminder to tuck your tops in. Remember, tuck them in loosely, because it's that detail that actually helps to disguise your tummy even further. I've said it before, but leaving tops untucked can actually inadvertently highlight your tummy even further, because suddenly you've got this massive fabric sitting right on the part that you feel most self-conscious about. So remember, it's just that loose tucking in. Do it and it will work a treat. Now, I hope you've liked all these tips, and just like you've liked all my other videos. But of course, if you've got a question that you would like me to answer on camera, then don't hesitate to email me, claire@miss-dress.com, or you can pop your question in the comments box below this video. Now, that only leaves me to say that if you would like to be the first to receive any of Miss Dress videos, then make sure you subscribe to our channel. And likewise, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, as well as Pinterest, for daily style tips. Until next time, stay stylish.